All right, guys, joining me at this time is yet another competitor in the Las Vegas submission-only grappling combat sports coverage event. Claudia Henriquez is going to be taking on Kelly Zambaya in the 125-pound purple belt matchup. How excited are you to be competing here in Vegas here soon?
Pretty excited, after the whole pandemic thing. So it's nice to be able to get out of, California and, compete,
Right?
especially
No,
in no
for
gi. I love
for
no gi.
sure. Let's talk about that for a second. The pandemic was kind of wild for everybody. 2020 was really, really crazy. How was it for you guys out there in California? Were you still able to train, or did you have to go to other means of training?
Yeah. So I was doing like the beginning of the pandemic, I was doing like Zoom workouts. So like Muay Thai Zoom workouts, jujitsu, just I had a mat. So I would just like do just drills like
Hmm.
by myself or with the dummy. I had to make a dummy too. Um,
You made the dummy.
I made the dummy, yeah.
So what did you make the dummy out of?
I made it out of pillows and a sweater. So I put the hoodie, I put two hoodies together, but
Hmm.
in between, like inside was like three pillows.
That's awesome. No,
Yeah.
you gotta improvise sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, I think everything was sold out at that time. Like, everything was sold out. Like, all gym equipment was just sold out everywhere.
Yeah,
So
it was getting
I'm just,
crazy for a while.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just like, I'm just going to make my own. And then it became like a speakeasy thing where, some gyms were like open, but
We
like
had
don't
those
tell
for a minute.
anybody, close the gate, kind of thing. So, we kept the low key like that. But I still trained. Like I never stopped training.
So our gym is in like an old, like I guess it would be like an abandoned concrete warehouse, but you can only from you can only see it from two sides of the building, the road. So we had to park behind the building, and it was like, don't tell nobody, keep all the doors shut. It's very quiet, hush hush, and just go in there and train.
Yeah, I think the majority of us did that. The hardcore ones.
Yeah, for sure. Because like eventually, like especially during the pandemic, there were certain times where I just got really antsy, and I was like, dude, I got to do something, or else I'm gonna go stir crazy.
Yeah, and gain weight and all that. Like my big thing was I don't want to gain weight because it sucks. Like trying to lose it again.
Yes.
I've been 200 pounds. I know what it's like to be that heavy. So it's like, ugh, I didn't want to get to
Wow.
that.
So you've been 200 pounds. You're competing
Yeah.
at 125 now. What was your, how did you go about losing all that weight?
Just strict diet. I became vegan for a little bit, but it didn't work for me because I mean, I'm Hispanic. My mom's gonna make caldo de res, which is like a beef stew, and like
Yeah,
this is just a lot of cheese and bread involved, and I can't do it.
right. Yeah. No, I definitely couldn't do it either. I definitely love, I smoke a lot of meat. I grill a lot of meat. So like that would just completely change everything for me.
Yeah.
But luckily, you're living a healthy lifestyle now. And I don't think a lot of people realize that even just like losing weight in general, you can work out all you want, but if you don't diet correctly, you're really not going to be doing a whole lot.
Yeah, and you gas out quicker in training. Like it really affects your training.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I eat a lot of brown rice and fish at this point, just because I'm just trying to stay at like 199 to compete right there. So I'm like doing everything I can. Usually I'll balloon back up to like 220. I'm like, man, I can't be doing that and cutting 20 pounds every time. Like it's getting ridiculous.
Oh no, that's the worst.
For 125, how is that for you? Is it comfortable to make? Is that how you feel you're best at?
Yeah. That's my walk around weight, so I feel good.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, it's easy. A lot of people don't cut weight for jiu-jitsu. I've heard only people cut weight for like, pans and worlds and stuff like that,
yeah,
IBJJF competitions. But normally, yeah, people just only really cut weight during like MMA stuff like that.
yeah. I did do a drastic weight cut at Pans in like 2019, I believe. Um, I went to 115. That was like horrible.
How
Like
did you feel competing though?
I'm sorry.
How did you feel when you competed at 115?
Terrible. I had no energy. I gassed out really fast. I mean, I didn't get submitted, which was
Hmm.
great, but I just gassed out. Like I hadn't, like my brain wasn't cooperating with my body at all.
Oh yeah, makes
Everything
sense
out the
too.
window.
Well, yeah, because you're focused so much on just trying to cut that weight down that you really, like the fundamentals and all the basic stuff just goes out past you.
Yep, it does. It really does.
So, how did this matchup for combat sports coverage come about?
Well, I was just looking for like tournaments, and I don't really like doing IBJJF.
Mhm.
I don't like the whole point thing. I don't know. It's just
Yes.
me. I like to go just submission only, no gi too. And I just happened to fill out the form online. I didn't think anything of it, and then I got a message from, I'm not sure who messaged me through
Probably
the feedback.
Thomas.
Yeah. Um, and I'm like, yeah, sure. So
Can
I
I
accepted
bother
the
you
match.
to angle your camera a little bit closer
Oh,
towards you?
yeah.
There
Sorry.
we go. No, no, you're all good. You're all good. You said something about you don't really like the whole point system. This being a submission only grappling, is this kind of your forte?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it keeps people going and looking and hunting for those submissions, opposed to an IBJJF, you get a lot of people who would just hold you after they get a couple of points ahead.
Yeah, I feel like it's more fast. I feel like the match goes faster, and you're going, like you said, for the submission.
Yeah.
It's more exciting to me, and
So
I'm sure for the other people and the people watching.
the people watching, importantly, yeah, definitely they don't want to watch you guys holding on to each other the whole time. 6 minutes is a long time to just be stale.
Yeah.
Now, for you, how did you start your whole jiu-jitsu journey?
I started with Henner and Huron Gracie at Gracie Academy in Torrance.
Hmm.
It was just a self-defense thing. I wanted, to feel safe walking down the street because, I'm a girl. So um, I went to their women empowerment seminar, and that's where it all started. And I'm like, okay, I love it. And my job the offices moved to Burbank, so I had to kind of switch.
Yeah.
But technically, that's where it started. My love for jiu-jitsu started with Gracie Academy.
And where you at now?
I'm at Selva MMA, and that's in East Los Angeles.
So what is your like lineage?
I bounced around a lot, so I really don't have like, I feel like I have a little bit of everything. Like I took from every instructor. And I actually like it like that because, I have my style. I guess I can probably adapt to anything.
Hmm.
That's how I feel I am. Um I mean, I don't know.
Well, it is too important to cross train and go other
Yeah.
places because, you get people who are, maybe heavy wrestlers and you got to deal with that, or guys who just go attacking the legs, you got to deal with that. And sometimes it's better to go and have those different eyes on you to be able to see where they can help, kind of manipulate your game into what you need it to be.
Yeah. I got my purple belt at this other school. It's all like it's different schools. I jumped around a lot. Um I got my purple belt from school BJJ, and that shut down. The pandemic shut that one down, so
That's too bad.
I had to go. That's where it led me to Selva MMA. So
And you
I've been
like it there
around.
so far?
Yeah, yeah, they're pretty rough. And the instructors, Jason Silva and his wife Monique, they do a lot of wrestling, so
Mhm.
it's good for my takedowns because I'm normally a bottom player, but my pressure and my passing has gone way better because of them and all the drills that they have. Dude, they have a lot of like our warm ups are pretty much like 45 minutes long, just wrestling.
That's good though, because like I said earlier, like you get a lot of people, especially in jiu-jitsu, who come from wrestling and they have that really heavy wrestling background. So being able to kind of know what they're gonna do and how to, work your game into it is super helpful.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like ever since being there, like my game has changed a lot as
What
opposed
would
to,
you say is the biggest thing that's helped change your game since you've been there?
the the takedowns. I never, like, I would always pull guard.
Okay, so
Always.
now
So
you're on
like,
the offensive.
yeah, now I'm on the offense. Now I'm okay at my takedowns. My pressure has gotten way better. I used to be the one on the bottom always getting smashed. And all my training partners are like bigger than me. I'm the smallest person there.
That's good though, because
So
then when you go against these 125-pound girls, you're like, hey, this is light work.
I know, yeah, that's what, yeah.
I've been bench pressing 200-pound guys off me all week.
But they're more technical. That's the thing. They may be
Very,
light,
very.
but they use more technique. So I don't. I never go in like thinking, oh, I'm gonna beat the person. No. I'm sure they train just as hard as me.
Yeah, no, it's jiu-jitsu. You can never underestimate your opponent.
Mm.
Like you can try to size them up all you want. Like I had a guy size me up in nationals and I tapped him out, and then the other guy who I was looking at, I was like, oh, this dude looks kind of nerdy, and he beat me on points. So there goes that.
Yeah, some of it's like strategy too.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some of them are strategic, and that's where I feel like I need to work on a little bit, just be more strategic as opposed to like muscling everything out. But I feel like I'm getting there.
No, most definitely. You're a purple belt now. What are your
Yeah,
aspirations in the future?
I will get to black belt. I'm
No,
not
for
in a
sure.
rush. I'm just enjoying. I like being purple belt.
Hmm.
It is the most, to me, it's the most challenging belt.
Yeah, well, you get a lot of people, after they get their blue belt and their purple belt, and they're like, I've done enough.
Yeah, yeah, but there's a lot more to go. Even at black belt, like I'm
Always learning
sure
every day.
that's why it's such a good sport because you're always learning. Something's always new. Like you may be a black belt and not know any leg stuff, and then you know that's something you can learn too.
Yeah,
There's it's
100%.
all over. Yeah, all over the place.
Have you ever competed in Vegas?
I don't think I have. No,
Used
I
to
don't.
Vegas Heat yet?
No, I don't. But I mean, it's gonna be indoors, so I think.
Yes, yes. You never know. The AC might break. It might be crazy. I'm not saying anything here. Let's knock on some wood real quick. What's your weekly, training habits like?
Um, I train 5 days jujitsu, 3 days out of the week. I do strength and conditioning, and then right now because I'm training for the super fight, I'm just doing one class of Muay Thai.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now, do you feel like your Muay Thai helps with your cardio or anything like that?
yeah, it does. It does. It helps out a lot.
Now, have you ever competed in MMA or anything like that, or have any
Mm,
aspirations to do that?
no, no, maybe a Muay Thai fight, like an amateur Muay Thai fight, but
Uh-huh.
nothing, no MMA fight.
Just to check it off the bucket list one time.
Yeah, yeah,
No, for sure. That's always something that like people always keep in mind. Like, well, I could probably just take him to the ground and submit him.
yeah.
Now, you said you work for a prop studio. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, so I work with set decorators. They're my main clients, and set dressers or buyers. They come in looking for their pieces for their set, or it could be a commercial or photo shoot or anything
Mhm.
like that. And I basically deal with the production companies, getting those items out there to their set on time. And yeah, that's pretty much all I do. So
How'd you
it's
get
like
into
set
that?
design stuff. It was by accident. I was actually working at Puma. I was a stock manager there,
Yeah.
and my friend he ended up leaving the prop house I work at, and he said, "Hey, do you need a job?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't I'm tired of lifting boxes all day." And I ended up being there. I've been there for like 13 years now.
Oh, wow. So you've been
Yeah,
there for a while now.
yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
like
good
it.
though.
It's like a chill job. Like no stress. I could leave. I could take vacation when I want. My boss is awesome. Like it's just great. I like
You
it.
probably meet a whole lot of cool people too.
Yeah. And I get to see our stuff on in the movies, TVs, commercials,
I,
everything.
I
So it's
sold him
awesome.
that.
Yeah, they rented that from us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Has your stuff been anything super big, like any films that I would know of?
Yeah, like Avengers,
Oh, no shit.
Spider-Man. We're doing all the American Horror Stories. Not every set, but like certain sets. Just a bunch of Netflix shows. Like everything you see on Netflix, that's here in the U.S. or California. Um, you'll see like some of our pieces. Not everything, because there's a lot of other prop houses that the decorators get stuff from. But
Mhm.
yeah, sometimes I'll see our stuff on certain sets.
So outside of helping, directors and stuff pick out sets and doing jujitsu and all that, what do you do? What do you do in your spare time?
My spare time right now, I'm learning to be a dog trainer.
Well, that's
So
awesome.
I'm trying to study for that because I love dogs. I love dogs so
How many
much.
dogs do you have?
I have one. Her name is Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. That is a
Yeah,
great name.
gave her a boy name.
That's awesome. What kind of dog is it?
She's a Schnauzer rat terrier mix. She's small. She's about, well, she eats a lot, so she's about 20 pounds right now.
Yeah, you got to give them that good diet.
Yeah.
I know, that's awesome. What makes you want to be a dog trainer?
Because I love dogs and I want the dogs and their owners to have the best relationship possible.
Yeah, that's super important because you see a
Yeah.
lot of like broken dogs just because of bad
Yeah.
owners,
Yeah, that hurts me a lot. And I know a few of them, but I'm just not, I can't say anything. But
right?
yeah.
But then once you see them, the same dog get with the right owner and you see that change in them, it's so amazing. It's got to be really gratifying for you as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love seeing that.
Now, you said 125 is your walk around weight, so I'm guessing cutting weight isn't going to be that hard for this competition, yeah?
No, it's not.
Do you
Let me
do
do what
any
I
type of,
want.
oh, I was about to ask, you do any kind of a diet or anything like that? But eating what you want, that's right on. I like
Well,
that. That's
right
my type of diet.
now, the only thing I'm not eating is like bread, just
Okay,
because I
makes
feel like
sense.
it does affect my training. I
Mhm.
feel like it makes me a little slower, and then a lot of sugar too. I'm trying to stay away from that too.
That's a killer. So my thing is like, so instead of doing sugar, I'll do like just peanut butter straight. And I feel like that helps a little bit. But besides that, it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I know you're sitting in your car right now and it's got to be hot as hell.
Yeah, my neck is sorry as I keep going like that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But before I let you go, I want to give you an opportunity to shout out your teammates, sponsors, loved ones, anyone that's really helped you along your grappling journey.
I'd like to give a shout out to my boyfriend Danny. He always pushes me. He's also my Muay Thai coach. So everybody at Silva MMA, Habrock brand, they provide me with gear. And anybody that I know that I've trained with, I gym hop a lot, so everyone has helped me somehow. So shout out
Oh,
to
for
everybody.
sure.
You guys know who you are.
Where can the fans find you on social media?
At the _Claw era. It's like my abbreviated name, Claw. They call me Claw for Claudia. Jew because I do jujitsu, and then era because I did capoeira for 6 years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
When did you start doing capoeira? What
that
made
was
you do
actually
that?
the first martial art I started back in 2009, I think, and then
Where
I
it
went
all
into
began.
jujitsu. Yeah. Hmm.
That's awesome. Do you have anybody coming out with you to Vegas to enjoy the show?
My boyfriend Danny and our friend Mike. Yeah, we're all gonna
Awesome,
go.
awesome.
Mhm.
Well, if people are interested in watching you, we definitely have the Combat Sports Coverage pay-per-view also going on. I believe it's $4.99. Don't quote me. You can get that on the combatsportscoverage.com website. Unfortunately, though, you're gonna have to listen to me commentate the whole time, but it'll be okay. You guys will live. Thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are. Like I said, you're pulled over right now. I appreciate you doing this. I will see you in Vegas in a couple weeks, and I cannot wait to watch you compete.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Thank
No,
you.
of course. Have a good day.
All right, you too.